journey, the People's National Party has been good to me. Because in 2001, P.J. Patterson appointed me as Minister of State. And in so doing, I made sure that one of my first tasks was to build the NIS office so that senior citizens and the people of St. Mary can have an office that they can visit in a dignified way. And then in 2002, as a part of the mandate from P.J. Patterson, I was to go to the Ministry of Labor and Social Security and implement the PATH program that thousands of you today are benefiting from. Glory to the People's National Party. And during that same time, I started work on drafting legislation to protect the disabled. And by 2014, me and Marky G team up and make sure that legislation came to the Parliament to protect the rights and dignity of persons with disabilities in Jamaica. And the comrade leader, guess what? I see them publish one document the other day. And them put some information in it. And them say because it's a labor right document, the PNP now go read it. But them never remember say, them have one man in the PNP when named Floyd Morris, we see everything. And when me looking at the document, comrade leader, there it was. Them want to claim the Disability Act when me and you make sure was passed in the Parliament in 2014. I say, according to Damian Crawford, what can go so? And comrades, because of our commitment to the disabled community, our caring leader has said that the government has neglected the efforts in terms of the implementation of the Disabilities Act. And what we are going to do is to establish the National Disability Fund, where we're gonna put $1 billion in it every year so that persons with disabilities can get greater support to realize their dreams. Because Marky G say him no want to have one Floyd Morris in Jamaica, him want to have many Floyd Morris, many Tashtika Song who can carry the disability agenda in our country. And comrades, that disability fund is going to make sure that your children with disabilities can get support with them education if they want to go to tertiary institutions. It's gonna ensure that your children with disabilities and those who are seeking employment can get support with assistive technology. Gonna ensure that your children with disabilities can get greater support in terms of their educational needs and employment needs. We're gonna be building out sidewalks across this country to make sure that wheelchair users can move around with ease and dignity in Jamaica. And I said to you, comrades, that I have a leader in whom I am well pleased. Because my leader sit down with me and him said to me, Floyd, your talent is much bigger than anybody to confine you just to disability issues. And him say, I want you to be the spokesperson on housing and sustainable living, because I want you to make sure you prepare the People's National Party to build out houses across Jamaica for low-income earners and poor people in this country. And comrades, I have entered upon the reference, and you would have seen the number of policies that our comrade leader have announced where housing is concerned. We're gonna stop the annual extraction of $11.4 billion from the NHD to support budget. And we're going to pump back that money into building more houses for the people of Jamaica. And we have said that young people must get the opportunity to own them own hard key. And so we're going to set up the $1 billion Young People's Deposit Fund that is going to ensure that young people get $500,000 as a gift, where they can take that and pay down on the deposit for the houses that they will seek to purchase right across Jamaica. And we have said we are going to be building 50,000 affordable houses across Jamaica. And when we build those 50,000 houses, we are not going to make you pay for the land portion of that housing cost. And what that means is that the cost for houses are going to be reduced significantly under this plan. And you can go to NHT as a single woman and get your benefit and just pay for one of these houses. But the beauty about it is that you're going to get a house that will cost you probably $13 million on the market, and you're going to get that house for below $10 million. And immediately it is going to give you equity in the property. And so the PNP is empowering the people of Jamaica from day one. And we have said that a lot of people in St. Mary and across Jamaica, they live on crown land. They live on government lands. And some of them live for 40, for 50 years. But the law said that you have to live on those land for 60 years before you can claim it as your own. Under the Marquis G plan, we are going to change that 1833 law and make sure we bring that down to 25 years. And so from day one, we're gonna get busy issuing titles for people who have lived on crown land for more than 25 years across Jamaica. And we tell you, say, when we build those 50,000 houses, we're not just going to be building it without taking consideration for the ordinary Jamaican. We say we're going to introduce the rent to own initiative, so that the barbers, the hairdressers, the taxi drivers, the plumbers, the farmers who don't get a monthly pay slip under the rent to buy initiative. They can rent one of these houses that we will be building, that government will be building. We are going to make sure that you are able to rent those, and over a 6-month period, we are going to be converting that into a mortgage once we see the consistency of the payment that you make in your rent, and you will get the opportunity to own that house. And so, comrades, we are clear about the mission of the People's National Party. I have traveled in Southeast St. Mary with Chris Brown. I have traveled in Western St. Mary with Comrade Woodbine. I have traveled in Central St. Mary, Comrade Leader, with my general, my brother, and my friend Omar Newell. And I tell them that if them think say them can take control of Central St. Mary, them have another guest coming, because I will be there, street and lane, hills and valleys, with my brother, Comrade Omar Newell. And we're gonna be building houses across St. Mary as you have never seen before. We're gonna be issuing land titles across St. Mary as you have never seen before. We're gonna be fixing sidewalks across St. Mary as you have never seen before, because St. Mary has been faithful to the People's National Party, and the People's National Party will be faithful to the people of St. Mary. I say to you, comrades, let us march forward for victory. Let us march forward and beat the laborites in Southeast. Let us beat them in Central St. Mary, and let us give them that political backsliding in Western St. Mary. One love, comrade. God bless you.
Yes, man. Well, on the St. Mary, I want a little reasoning we don't know, you see, before I call up the next speaker. We have a prime minister in Jamaica where come and tell we say, good economic policy can yam. Yes, it can yam, but it can't full with belly like how it a full fee belly with him 20-year bank account. We have a minister of finance where tell we say we fi driving a Probox and she driving a Benz. That can't work. Poor people fed up. We want better in Jamaica.
When poor people fed up, to your system shake up. You issue gun for whipping the boss. Poor people fed up. To your system shake up.
He's me, selector. He's me. That is why in the People's National Party, we have given you a Minister of Finance in waiting who understands that Jamaican people need a better life for everybody and not just some people and friend and company. Comrades of St. Mary, I want to make welcome to the platform at this time at the microphone. Comrade Julian Robertson.
Comrades, you have been faithful to the greatest political movement in the Western Hemisphere. One love. Comrade Chairman, Comrade Leader, Comrade General Secretary, your 3 members of Parliament who will walk up Duke Street with us. I greet you. I greet the sea of orange across St. Mary in 2011. You delivered a victory for the People's National Party. And in 2025, I know you will deliver another victory for the People's National Party. Comrades, your government in waiting is committed to building an economy where every single one of you can participate. We will make the economy so not just a few people can live good while the majority suffer. We are committed to an economy where every Jamaican, regardless of where you're from, regardless of where you started, we will give you the opportunity so that you can step up in our life and make it better for you and your families. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 E's. 5 E's. And I'm going to start with education. Because we recognize as a political movement that education is the vaccine against poverty. It is the only way out for the majority of Black Jamaicans. So what have we committed to doing? We will ensure that every child in need gets 1 hot meal per day. So what that means, if the mother have to spend $500 to $1,000 to make sure you have lunch money for the picnic, don't worry about that, because the lunch will be there at school and you can put that money to doing something else. We are going to ensure that there is an education system, that there's a transportation system in place for all of you in the rural areas where you will get a subsidy every single week so that you can send your children to school. So if you don't have the lunch money and you don't have the bus fare, the People's National Party will take care of that, because we want to ensure that your child gets to school, gets to learn. And our commitment is to invest in early childhood and primary education, because too many of our children are leaving primary school and they can't read and write. And so we're going to put the money in early childhood so that your children get a solid education, so when they leave primary school, they are literate and they are numerate. But we're going further. We are saying to you, if you are the first in your family that got through high school and you pass your CXC and you pass your CAPE and you get an opportunity to go to university, we're going to ensure that we cover the full cost of your tertiary education if you are the first in your family. Because we know once one person in the family gets tertiary education, they will support and pull up everybody else so that family can lift themselves out of poverty. We are saying to the tertiary students who have to borrow money from the Student Loan Bureau that we will link your repayment to how much you earn. So if you get a job and it's not quite the job you want, but you have to take it anyway because you have to live and eat a food, we will ensure that your payment to the student loan is capped to what you earn, and you will never be classified as being delinquent. So we are committed as a party to ensuring that education is funded adequately so that every single Jamaican can get the best opportunity. The second E, we're going to bring down the cost of energy. Jamaica, when we left office in 2016, the cost of electricity was 23 cents per kilowatt hour. Right now it reads 40 cents per kilowatt hour. We're going to bring it back down, and we're going to do so by ensuring that we invest in renewable energy so that we use solar energy. We're going to deal with electricity theft. We're going to put microgrids in communities powered by solar so that we can ease the pressure on you, the consumer, and make Jamaica more competitive for businesses. Our third E is that we're going to run an efficient government. We're going to run a government where our Prime Minister in waiting will ensure that all obstacles to investment will be removed. We're not going to hug up every single ministry under his portfolio and become a bottleneck. We are going to provide incentives for micro businesses so that for the first 3 years, you don't have to pay any corporate income tax. And so that provides an incentive for you to go out and build your business, make money, which will support the growth of our economy. Our fourth E is that we're going to invest in what we call the emerging economies, which is our cultural and creative industries. You would have heard Comrade Byfield speak about it. Our artists, our potters, our painters, our TikTokers, our YouTubers, we will establish a fund of $1 billion every single year to support those industries, because Jamaica has made its name from our artists, our entertainers, and our sports people. And the People's National Party will ensure they get the funding so they can build out their businesses. And our fifth E is that we must run a government of ethics and integrity. And so, comrades, last week, the Integrity Commission, the Prime Minister took the Integrity Commission to court. And there was a report by Craig Beresford, who is the director of, is not in compliance at the Integrity Commission. And the court released an affidavit on the Prime Minister. And I want to hear me good, because I'm not joking this, a serious thing. That document has shown that the Prime Minister, from he was first elected, that the Integrity Commission has had issues with him as an MP in 1998. Has had issues with unexplained sources of him income. Meaning, him can't every year. Let me explain how it goes, comrades. If you're an MP and a senator, every year we have to submit a report. We say what assets we have. If we own house and land, where it come from. If we have money in the bank account, we have to say where it come from. That affidavit show from 1998, the Integrity Commission has had issues with this Prime Minister. That he has invested in some schemes from Cash Plus to Olint to SSL, and him is the only man who get back every single cent plus more when investing. And there are hundreds and thousands of Jamaicans who have lost money under these schemes. As Comrade Damian Crawford would say, what can go so? And when they go further and they are probing his finances, they can't find the sources of his income. Now you might wonder, why am I talking about this? Why does it matter? It matters when the government pay $31 million for a drill that costs $3 million. You know why it matters? Because when you go to the hospital and you need to do an X-ray or an MRI, them send you to a private place and you have to pay $50,000 for it. It matters. Corruption matters. And by the way, the affidavit says there is some investor named Investor A in medical technologies. We want to know who is Investor A. Who is Investor A who is linked to Donovan Williams, the Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, who act as the secretary for two other companies that the Prime Minister is in? So I say to you and to every Jamaican, Jamaica deserves leadership of integrity. Jamaica deserves leadership with a leader with clean hands and a pure heart. Jamaica deserves leadership with somebody who integrity commission reports are certified every single year. And Jamaica deserves leadership where your money will be spent to better your life and not go into the pocket of a handful of people. We have been choosing Jamaica for all of our lives. We are focused on ensuring that you have a better life. So I'm saying to the comrades in St. Mary, deliver Central for us, deliver Southeast for us, deliver Western for us, so that you can bring Bakiji as your Prime Minister, so that we can build a better Jamaica for all of us. One love, comrades, one heart.
My father Vanya, my father Vanya.
Stay tuned for more PDTV News evening highlights. Remember to show your support. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.